Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of our wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. How I love you all so, and I hope that you're all having a super duper day wherever you are, whether it's morning, evening or afternoon, my delicious little babies, okay? And so much love to you all, okay? I very much appreciate all of my beautiful and wonderful little subscribers, I do, okay? Now, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to any passers-by, and much love to you all as well, my delicious babies. And I hope that you too are having a delicious day today, okay? Or evening or afternoon, wherever you are in the world, my delicious babies. Now then, the weather in my neck of the woods in the old UK, well, the sun was trying to crack open. Do you understand what I mean? But I'm not really seeing much chance of that at the moment. And it's rather windy and it has gone very cold. Well, certainly a lot colder than the summertime, okay? So I have my heating on. So what do we do, everybody? 3, 2, 1, beam me up, okay? Now then, there's a number of things I want to say before I do my quick reads today, okay, my delicious babies? Now we're hearing a lot, aren't we, about the this Nord Stream pipeline, okay? Where apparently there was an explosion, okay? Now, this is it's just things that are just on my mind today, okay? So, everybody knows what I'm like by now. I will share my opinion with you all, okay? I'm not saying, of course, that anybody has to agree with me. I'm just saying my thoughts, okay? So, well, here's the thing. You can do a lot, can't you? You see, I mean, I took a look at the picture, that it was showing, okay? And, well, to me, I mean, I could be wrong, everybody, okay? I could be wrong. But to me, to put leaks, right, into the pipeline, to me, just makes no sense at all. That's just my thoughts, everybody, okay? Now, the fact of the matter is this, I do not believe, this is just my thoughts, everybody. Nobody else has to agree with me. If you'd like to leave a comment, then please feel free to do so, okay? Also, if you do, I forget, don't I? If you do happen to enjoy my video, my delicious little babies out there, okay, for some of you, if you could please click on the like. And if you do happen to stumble across me and you do enjoy my videos, then please, if you'd like to subscribe, that would also be wonderful. And thank you, thank you, thank you. So let me just get back to the matter in hand now. Yes, so I do not believe that there is any leaks at all. No. That's just my thoughts, okay? This was just another way of introducing something else. So that's how I see it anyway, everybody, okay? So there's my thoughts there. It's just the way that it was something, for some reason, when I looked at the picture, the photograph something just didn't seem right to me. Do you know what I mean? But that's just my thoughts. Do you see what I'm saying, everybody? Yes? Now then, so let's go on to the next thing. So yes, so it appears, is it today, is it? I've been informed from my wonderful and delicious little friend Kaz, okay? Because she's coming to see me later, so this is why I'm going to get my readings done now, okay? Because sometimes my beautiful and delicious little friend Kaz, sometimes she does join me and sometimes she does not. But I just wanted to do my quick little videos, okay? So what it is, everybody, so yeah, so what is it they're saying apparently, according to what she has informed me of, God bless her, that, for everybody, they've got to be using their washing machines today and using their kettle today and, using up whatever. Do you understand what I mean? Because apparently tomorrow, that's only from what I've been told, everybody, okay? So please do not quote me on this, but that we just got to, be super duper busy. Do you know what I mean? Like they want to keep us all on our toes. Do you understand what I mean? Yes, everybody? Yes, okay? So what I've got to say about it, everybody, you see, the thing is, I see a lot of this as scaremongering, right? Now, that again, that's just my thoughts. Do you see what I'm saying to you? I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm going to be honest, I do not believe I am. Okay, so that's just my thoughts on this, everybody. Now then, and of course, you know this Liz Truss. Well, like I said before, and I'm saying it again, we're going to see how long the old bat lasts for. Do you see what I mean? Because it went slightly lighter then, didn't it? Because at the end of the day, the way that I'm seeing the situation is like this. So we've not only had over the years with all different prime ministers who are absolutely dead set, everybody, on destroying England, the UK, Britain, right? That, well, they appear to get rather a lot of pleasure out of it, don't they? They use all of these different words, everybody, which really at the end of the day, as we all very well know, is just a crock of flipping shite. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So at the end of the day, well, she's just going to be another one who's not liked. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Okay. Now then, going on to something else. So, well, I've also been hearing, you know, because, I mean, let's face it. Now, I've known this long time for years. Yes, okay. That's what it is. When, say, if somebody decides to retire, you know, like to a different country, okay? So they decide to retire, you know, because, you know, quite simply, you know, and it's usually a sunny location where one goes. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Well, usually, well, there's only 3 reasons why somebody would go. Do you understand what I mean? Yes? I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, you got the others who simply just go out, you know, there we go, buy properties out there. Do you know what I mean? Because for some you can get it dirt cheap. Do you understand what I mean? All over the world. Do you see what I mean? These sunny locations, yes? And then, of course, they do them up, you know, and then they rent them out. Do you see what I mean? But for others, what they tend to do is, well, number one, it's obviously for the sun. Do you see what I mean? Because it's nice and hot and sunny, yes? Number 2, and of course some could have like medical problems, you know, so if that's the case, well, it actually helps, you know, with their bodies. Do you understand what I mean? Because some are far better in the heat and they do not tend, God bless them, to work very well with the cold, okay? So number 2, I would say that, you know, it's a case where you can relax more, you know, just chill out. Do you understand what I mean? But really, the other reason is for tax purposes, isn't it? That's the way I see it anyway. And it's the way that I've seen it for years. Do you see what I mean? Like hiding a bit here, hiding a bit there. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not being disrespectful to anybody who, you know, goes out, so it's gone lighter, who goes out to go and purchase a property abroad. No, I am not. So please, everybody, my delicious little babies, or any passers-by that you are delicious little babies, not to take me offensively. I'm just seeing it as I see it. Now, I've been hearing on the internet, okay, you know, where you have got some, and God bless them, you know, they're obviously, you know, they've been in their mind, you know, thinking of different things, okay, you know, to say, and no disrespect to anybody, but, you know, when they said, oh, you know, go abroad, do you know what I mean, take your family abroad, go and live abroad. Well, you see, here's what I say. If somebody genuinely wants to go abroad from the UK to go and live, okay, so there could be a number of reasons. It could be, there we go, it could be work. It could be, you know, maybe meeting somebody. Do you understand what I mean? Just the same as if, you know, you met somebody and they was to come to the UK. Do you see what I'm saying on a romantic level? But the way I see it is, okay, so if you want to go genuinely, okay, to go and live somewhere, well, then that's fair enough. But the only thing that I have to say here, everybody, is I do not believe that anybody in any country on this planet should be, or feel rather, the need to be forced out of their country. Do you see what I'm saying to you, everybody? That's just how I see things. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So to me, I mean, I know that they're only trying to, you know what I mean, think of things to say, God bless them, you know, to give their advice. But to me, I do not believe that anybody should be forced out of their country. And put it this way, I'm telling you straight now, nobody would force me out of my country, the UK. No, they would not. Do you see what I mean? If I wanted to go, there we are. If I wanted to go, that is different. But I do not see why we should be pushed out. You know, if we've been here all our lives. No. And the same should apply to any other country. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Is that not true? Yes? Do you see what I mean? So, you know, I just have mixed thoughts on it, really. What my thoughts are. Do you see what I'm saying to you, everybody? Now then, something else I'd like to discuss. So yesterday, okay, I bumped into a dear lady, oh God bless her, and she happened to inform me that she'd had the old, you know, jab, 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 which of course is common knowledge, but of course, you know, everybody's been, it's all to do with the freedom of speech, you know, misinformation, disinformation, do you know what I mean? It's just, again, this is just a crock of shite. You know, the way I see it is, I mean, call me brain dead, everybody. I do not believe I am. Why shut up a freedom of speech and try to shut everybody up, right? When things are common knowledge, none of that makes sense to me. Do you see what I'm saying to you, everybody? It's almost like they cherry pick. Like they say, oh, you can say this, you can say that. Or like certain platforms can say this, can say that. Do you see what I mean? And by the way, there's no disrespect to any other platforms, okay? I'm just saying, why is it that some can say certain things and then others cannot? That's all I'm asking. Do you see what I mean? It seems most unfair to me. Do you see what I mean? And of course, there seems to be a lot of, I've just gone off on, you know, I've just gone off my path a moment. Okay, I'll go back on in the moment. Do you know what I mean? But my point is this, at the end of the day, there seems to be an awful lot of lawsuits, doesn't there, going on in the world, doesn't there, everybody? Do you see what I mean? But the only thing that I was saying all of this, it just appears to me it's all the timing, isn't it? If you see what I mean. It's just something I just cannot get out of my head, out of my mind. It's just all the timing. I mean, why has it taken, what is it, over 2.5 years? That's all I'm asking. Do you see what I mean? Yes. And of course, it's still going on. So let me go back on my path a moment then, everybody, okay? For a few moments. So I spoke to this dear lady, God love her. Oh, God bless her dear soul. And she informed me that, yes, like I said, she did have the jab, 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 jab. She had 2, which I'm not going to say the word, everybody, but I'll say a letter, A. Okay? Don't see how bright it's gone, everybody. And, well, then she had a booster. You know, booster, booster, booster. Do you see what I mean? Now, she's ended up with, everybody, so please have a listen to this. She's ended up with terrible, terrible, you know, not wishing to be, you know, talk in a disgusting manner, but she's had the runs for the past 3 weeks. So she said that she was not feeling very well at all. Okay? So I just thought I'd let everybody know that. Now then, when was it? Yes. And in the same day, I bumped into another dear lady. It's all while I'm walking my beautiful little Ruby Tuesday. Okay? So anyway, but get back to the first dear lady, okay? So I advised her what to look at on the internet, okay? There we go, I did. You know, I advised her what to look at on the internet, okay? So that she could get more information. Okay, because this is what it's all about, you see. You just tell one, tell another, tell it. There we go. See how bright it's gone, everybody? So what is that saying? Yes, okay, my beautiful and wonderful little spirit. How I love you, so I've already said good morning anyway. So what I'm saying to you is, so that dear lady, so anyway, she just could not wait to get home, God bless her, you know, so that she could get on the internet to what I'd suggested, okay? So I bumped into another dear lady and she said that she'd had two. She lives on my road just down the way there, okay? So it's gone bright again, okay? And she informed me that she had two of the jabs. Okay, and again, it seems to be that everybody, well, she said that she was feeling most unwell. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So she did not feel very well either. Then I've spoken to my gardener this morning. Oh, God bless them. Okay, they work as a husband and wife, and she's also a fitness instructor, okay? And God bless them, okay? They do the whole of the estate and, you know, to keep it all super duper lovely, okay? Well, where they can anyway, okay? You do have the odd garden over the back, you know, which needs some serious attention. But anyway, so, you know, I paid my pound, shilling and pence, dollars and change, ka-ching, you know, cash. Got to keep the cash flowing, everybody, okay? So, and he informed me, his dear self, that his dear wife, well, that her friend took the old jab, and guess what happened, everybody? God bless her. Passed away. Look at that. Do you see what I'm saying to you, everybody? So, I mean, this is coming out more, isn't it? More and more and more. Do you see? Nobody's feeling the same after having it done. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, please do not get me wrong. I mean, if they've had the dummy version, well, it's more like they're flipping on Valium. Do you know what I mean? I mean, they're driving flipping crazy. Do you see what I'm saying to you? And I was noticing that, you know, at the peak when all of these, there we go, it's gone lighter when you know, at the peak when, you know, everybody was getting jabbed. Do you see what I'm saying to you, everybody? Yes, so you had some which are just driving like flipping headers. I mean, and really, they're not going to get to their destination any faster. In fact, they would not be able to stop in time, okay, with the stopping distance, yes. And worse still, they could knock somebody over, whether it be pedestrians or animals. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So anyway, getting back to this now. So it seems to me, for what I'm hearing, oh, and just to let you all know as well, not yesterday, but the day before that, I spoke to another dear lady up the road. You know, she's lives with a dear husband. You know, her son's just moved out, actually, and he's a school teacher, bought a house with his dear girlfriend. Do you see what I mean? Yes. And she was explaining to me, there was two who she knows of, God bless her, who have passed away. Okay, I do believe one was a friend of the family. And then she's had a dear stepfather, and God bless them both. Do you see what I mean? Now, her dear stepfather, well, what happened was he kept, just to let you know, because you do not know who it is anyway, but this is just to let you know, so I suppose really I'm giving out a warning and maybe what's not to do. Do you understand what I mean? Or maybe to look into things more. Maybe that's, you know, because I always say whoever I bump into, there's always a reason, or whoever bumps into me, there's a reason. Do you see what I mean? So, of course, he could not stop again, you know, I do not wish to, you know, to say anybody's squeamish, but he kept projecting, okay? So he called his dear stepdaughter, you know, and she said, okay, she said, you know, I'll come round to see you. Do you see what I mean? So anyway, then he got informed that he had, what was it? A blocked, I forgot what it was now. Anyway, it's all to do with his bowels. I do believe it was a blocked bowel, yes, a blocked bowel, okay? So, and by the way, I'm not a doctor and I'm not a nurse, and by the way, neither would I flipping want to be, as everybody knows who's watched my other videos. So he's gone from, God bless him, from projecting you know, vomiting continuously, yes, to then being said that he had a blocked bowel, to then being told that he had cancer, all in a super duper short space of time, everybody. And that's not being sarcastic, by the way, I'm being very serious. Then he got sent to this hospice that I know, right? Well, then he got put on what we call, well, what's called, it's called the Liverpool pathway, right? Now, even though, now I do happen to know an awful lot about this now, okay? Now, even though they said that they stopped that, okay, so many years ago, okay? Well, it appears to me that it's still going on, isn't it? So that poor gentleman, and God love him, and God love his dear stepdaughter, God bless her, right? So what it was, and the other thing as well I want to tell you all about this, see, that's just came into my mind, is that what this dear lady was explaining to me was, okay, is that this hospice, everybody, you know, charity, 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 okay, which I always believe that charity begins at home, but that's just my thoughts, okay, that they always wanted to know what time this dear lady was coming in at, you say. So she said to me, she says, you know what, Mia? She says, so I thought to myself, no, I'm not going to tell him. I said, good woman. Do you see what I mean? Well, I'll tell you another story in a moment anyway. So what happened was, okay, is that she landed, I call it landing, yes? She landed unexpectedly. Do you see? And sometimes that's a wonderful thing to do, everybody, okay? And she could see, you know, I mean, this poor dear gentleman, her poor dear stepfather, well, he was being starved to death. You know, not allowed any fluids. Do you see what I'm saying to you, everybody? So this poor dear gentleman, God love him, has gone from one to the other, and then ended up having not such a nice passing. Does everybody follow me, my little beautifuls? Yes? Now, there's something else I want to discuss, so may he rest in peace, and may everybody else rest in peace, or anybody as well who's had a jab, okay? You know, please, dear God, and I do believe you can use something that's going to help. That's just came into my mind. There we go, it's gone brighter. Is it pine needle tea or something? Okay, but there are some doctors at the moment, I do believe, ones who are trying to help, ones who do understand, do you know what I mean, about what's been going, there we go, about what's been going on here, do you know what I mean, who are really trying to help, to find a way to remove this putrid that appears to be in an awful lot of man and woman's, God bless their bodies. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So anyway, I do believe that pine needle tea, or is it pine wood or pine needle tea, you know, that will help. And of course, you know, like I said before, and I'll say it again, I'm always rambling on, aren't I? You know, green vegetables, lemons, limes, ginger, honey. Do you understand what I mean? Lots of different things like that, very good quality tomatoes. Do you understand what I mean? Pineapple is an excellent antioxidant as well, okay? So it's all about that, okay? Just you know, until I suppose I can find a way to remove what's there, the putrid. Do you see what I'm saying to you? But just to tell you another quick story now, and this reminded me of something else, and I happened to be telling this dear lady, you know, not yesterday evening, the evening before. And, well, you see, my dear Nana, because obviously I live in Birmingham, sorry, in the UK. Well, she lived in Hull, say, right? And there's no way that she'd ever moved to Birmingham, because to be honest, she said she just never liked Birmingham. No, she didn't. And she said that we talk too flat. She's so funny, you know, my dear Nana. I've already said good morning to my dear Nana, dear Grandad, and how beautiful you are, my delicious little babies. Okay. Well, anyway, so what was happening was she was having, you know, somebody who she'd known a long time, just like a surrogate son, really, okay? And because he used to work on the oil rigs years ago. Is it Shetland? Okay, so he used to work on the oil rigs. Well, anyway, so he, you know, he came back to Hull. Do you know what I mean? So it's gone brighter. So he came back to Hull, you see, with his wife, okay, from the Shetlands, yes? So, you know, they bought a house and that's what they did. Well, of course, so they played a large part in, you know, taking my dear Nana while she could, God rest her beautiful dear soul, taking her shopping and making sure getting her cleaning done and everything, because my dear Nana, you know, she was a flipping meticulous, do you understand what I mean? She had to have a clean home, do you understand what I mean? Everything in its place, okay? So anyway, so eventually they had to get carers in. Now, I mean, there's a long story to all this, everybody, because I wanted my dear Nana to come and live with me, and the social services also wanted her to come and live with me, everybody, but then this went against me by other parties, okay? So we ended up in a situation where, you know, when my dear Nanny, you know, obviously she had to have carers, you know, because you get to a certain point, and I did not want her to do that because I'll be more than capable to look after her myself. Do you know what I mean? And whenever she came to me, they brought her to me, you know, I showered her, I done her hair, I done everything, done her washing, drying, did everything for her. Do you understand what I mean? Yes, I did. Okay, and if I had to do it all over again, I'd do it all over again, right? Anyway, so what happened was, so I said, I'm going to come and, you know, see my dear Nana. So my daughters, God bless them, and how I love them. So I love you so, my delicious little babies. Well, their dear dad, God love him, okay, he said, I said, can you please look after the girls for me, you know? So I took him to his house so that he could look after the girls for about 4 days. Do you understand what I mean? I said, because I want to, you know, go up to Hull, go and drive up there. Do you understand what I mean? I said, because something's telling me. I said, I want to know what else is going on. Do you understand what I mean? So I did like one of these, do you understand what I mean? Which you never knew when I was going to land. Do you see what I mean? So I got there, and my dear Nana, oh God, rest her beautiful dear soul. Well, you know, she sort of opened the door a little bit, and, well, God love her, and I hate to use this word, everybody, but she looked at death's door. That was not my dear Nana at all. Do you see what I mean? So that was in the afternoon, everybody. So I looked at all the care reports, you know, and everything like that. You know, took a look in the fridge, took a look everywhere, because my dear Nana, God rest her beautiful dear little soul, my dear granddad, God rest his beautiful dear little soul, so beautiful. Well, my dear Nana always had a lot of food. Do you see what I'm saying to you? You know, like in the fridge, in the freezer, well, everywhere, right? She always did, okay? So she never wanted for nothing, right? And what happened was, everybody, so I sort of looked at the reports and everything, and it wasn't really telling me a lot, really. Do you understand what I mean? So I waited to the evening time, well, say around, you know, UK time, say about 6:30 in the evening. Now, I'd already, you know, prepared my dear Nana's, you know, all of her nightie, you know, her night dress, her nightie and everything, do you know what I mean? And the clean underwear and everything like that. Do you see what I'm saying to you? And made sure that, you know, she was rocking and rolling. Do you see what I mean? Now, so this young carer turns up, doesn't she, everybody? Maybe I'm just rambling on now, but anyway, I feel the need to say this. So she came in. I said, good evening, because bear in mind, like I've said on previous videos, I was a carer on and off for over 20 years, do you see what I mean? And that was going out to my dear clients' homes, God love them, and also in care homes as well, okay? So I've done days and I've done nights, do you understand what I mean? Okay, and at times I've worked very long hours, okay? But asked me to do it all over again, I would have done it all over again, because I had some beautiful dear clients, everybody, okay? So not wishing to bore you, get back to the matter in hand. So I said, good evening. She says, good evening, right? So she goes into the kitchen, into my dear Nana's kitchen, God love her. And she makes her a cup of tea, and she makes her some biscuits. You know, well, not makes the biscuits, she gets some biscuits, yes? And she brings it in, you know, and she says, so are you all right? You know, my dear Nana's name. She thought, are you all right? You know, how's your day like this, you know? And of course, my dear Nana's not looking at her best. Do you know what I mean? I'm not talking about her clothes or anything like that, by the way. It was just the look on her face. God love her, right? So I said, can you please explain something to me? I said, sorry to rudely interrupt you now. She said, yes. I said, well, I've been looking at the report here. I said, so what is your role exactly? What are you here to do? I said, I'm just asking, please, and thank you. So she says, oh, well, I'm just here just to, to give a cup of, cup of tea and some biscuits, to your dear Nana. Right? Now, bear in mind that my dear Nana, okay, because her home was bought, everybody, right? My dear granddad, God love him, made sure of all that, right? She never wanted for a thing. He adored her and she adored him, yes? That, and she'd saved up all of her life. Do you see what I'm saying to you, everybody, yes? But she was not entitled to, for a good couple of years, to any extra help at all. So it meant that whatever she'd paid out, came out of her own purse. Do you see what I'm saying to you, everybody? Yes? So I said, hold on a minute, because I know how much they charge, you see. I know how much these firms charge. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So I should imagine it would be just the same up in Hull as what it would be, down in Brummyland. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? Or anywhere else? So I said, no. I said, well, I'm telling you now. I said, I'm not happy about this. I said, and first thing in the morning, I said, I shall be calling your office. I said, now, this is nothing against you personally. I said, this is obviously what you've been asked to do. I said, or rather not to do. I said, so there's my dear Nana's nightie. I said, there's her clean underwear. I said, now, I could have done this, by the way, everybody. What I was doing was teaching your woman there a lesson. Do you see what I mean? Because I'd already made sure that my dear Nana was all right with everything else. Do you understand what I mean, everybody? Yes? There's a point to what I was doing. So, anyway, so I said, well, no. I said, because I've already washed and, my dear Nana and everything else. I said, but she will need to be washed again, you see. So, your woman there looked at me, this carer, and she said, Shadow. She said, but that's not part of my job role. I said, do not come to me with that, young lady. I said, now, I've asked you to do something. I said, and you're going to do it. I said, because this is my dear Nana's pounds, shilling, pence, dollars and changes, which she's paying you to do, just to give her a few biscuits and a flipping cup of tea. Oh, yes, because what she was trying to do, it's like a 30-minute call, everybody, yes? And she was trying to get out in 15 minutes. I seen exactly the way she was rocking and rolling, everybody. Do you see what I mean? Well, I did happen to call the office the next morning. Because, I seen to my dear Nana, and got her washed and dressed and everything else. Do you understand what I mean? And got her some breakfast and everything. And I slept on the sofa. I mean, she had a 3-bedroom home, but I slept on the sofa because I was so worried about my dear Nana, because I thought, oh, dear God, Jesus Christ, in Nazareth, I hope she wakes up in the morning. Do you understand what I mean? She was not very well at all, everybody. And I'll tell you something else now in a moment. So, obviously, what was causing this, which I will tell you, everybody, okay? So, and thank you so very much for listening to me, for those of you, okay, my delicious babies, but this is something very personal to me now, right? And I hold it very close to my heart, okay, everybody? So I spoke to the office and they says, well, no. And I said, no. I said, what are you going to do? I said, because I seen your woman there. I said, not being disrespectful. I said, not twit-tailing. I said, at the end of the day, I said, it's a 30-minute call. I said, and she should do her 30 minutes. Do you see what I mean? I said, not 15. I said, do you see what I mean? And I said, just to sit down and give, I said to me, I said, that's too easy. Do you see what I mean? I mean, I've done flipping hoisting and everything. I mean, I've had to be a one-woman band, everybody. One-woman band, which means I've got to be flipping jack of all trades, where I've had dear ladies and gentlemen, God bless them, my dear clients, who could not get out of bed. Now, what should have been a 2-man, let's just say, right, just figure of speech, what should have been a 2-man job, I've had to do on my own, everybody. Do you see what I'm saying to you? And that's what you call flipping grafting, everybody. Do you see what I mean? When somebody simply cannot move out of their bed, God bless them. Do you see what I mean? And I've had to wash them, turn them over. Do you understand what I mean? Yes? So no, I was not very happy about that at all, but I made sure that I flipping changed things. Well then, there was this other carer who came in. Oh, she was lovely. So lovely. And she sat down with me talking, everybody. And she said, Mia, she said, there's something that I wasn't happy with. Because I said, all I want to know is my little lovely. I will not say her name for obvious reasons. I said, what is it that you're not happy with? Please ignore the telephone. I'll answer that in a moment. I'm not logged on, everybody. Okay, so I'll get back to them. So anyway, so I'm very sorry about this, everybody. So I turned around and I said, right. I said, flipping forgot what I was going to say now. This blooming phone ringing, everybody, right? So anyway, we managed to change all that. But let me just get back to what I was saying about talking to this carer now. And she's so lovely, God bless her. Because I said, why is my dear Nana, I said, looking like with a face and everything? I said, what I want to know. I said, and also, I said, to do with this, it's called morphine, everybody, right? And it's like they're doing in patches. Yes? Well, apparently, everybody, wait until you hear this. My dear Nana's doctor had upped my dear Nana's dose. Everybody, do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? They're trying to get hold of me. Oh, yes. It's one of my dear friends. She would have just come back from Spain. God love her. I'll get back to you shortly, darling. Anyway, so the next thing that you know, right? So this dear carer, God love her, she happened to tell me that this morphine dose was upped to a very high rate. So it meant that my dear Nana, God bless and rest her beautiful dear soul, well, she just didn't have any life in her at all. Is everybody following what I'm saying to everybody? In other words, my dear Nana was being bloody drugged up to the flipping eyeballs. She was. Okay, so what it was, this dear carer, God love her, right? And she's what you call a proper carer, not like flipping some of them, right? And I've known quite a few of those in my time and had a few run-ins with them. Do you understand what I mean? Puts them in their place. Anyway, yes, I have, right? So the fact of the matter is that she said she was very concerned about it. She said, I was just really concerned for you, dear Nana. And she said, you know, I would speak to the doctor. She would speak to my dear Nana's doctor herself if this continued. So anyway, so the fact is, managed to get it reduced, everybody. Now, while I was there in the 4 days, everybody, right, so we got rather a lot done in that time, okay? Now, in the 4 days that I was there, well, let me tell you, it's like my dear Nana, God bless her and God rest her dear soul, well, she had like a wonderful lease of life. Because I did all the cooking, you know, I was trying my best to get her to eat and everything like that, because with the dementia and Alzheimer's, you know, it's like they have a tendency, God bless whoever has, you know, God bless their dear souls, where they play with the food. Do you understand what I mean? Rather than eating it. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So we managed to sort that out. So I'd take my dear Nana out, God bless her dear soul, because she just couldn't walk much anymore, anyone, so she had to have a wheelchair. So I'd take her out and I'd take her to places, you know, just so that she could try to remember. Do you understand what I'm saying to everybody? Yes? So my point to finish out my video here, everybody, is if you do happen to know anybody, whether it is your family members, whether it is your friends, please, and thank you, please can you monitor, or if there are changes in your dear loved ones in any way, okay, or maybe they're not as active, or maybe there's something else, to please and thank you to look into it, okay, not just to take somebody's word for it. Do you see what I'm saying to everybody? And that's all I'm asking. Now, very lastly, please excuse me. I just need to have some more coffee, please, and thank you. Oh, I had a frog in my throat. Right, very lastly, okay, for those of you in the UK, I'm not sure about anywhere else at the moment. I'd need to have a look, okay? But like I said, you know, I'm not a professional here. You know, it's gone lighter now. I'm not a professional or anything, okay? You know, and I'm not a doctor or nurse, and like I say, neither would I want to be, okay? Not with the way they've been trained, okay? But that's just my thoughts, okay? I'm not saying that others have not always been helped with things. I'm not saying that. It's just that I have very little confidence, okay? Especially in everything going on in this past 2.5 years over, okay? Now then, well, I was like that for years anyway. It's not just the 2.5 years anyway. So in the UK, and I mentioned this months ago about gov.uk, okay? But there's something additional that I'd just like to say now. So you can go on, if you have had an injury, you know, the old jab, and we'll see how long this video stays up for, you know, or whatever, you know, they seem to be doing all sorts. To go on to gov.uk, and then if you type in vaccine damage payments, everybody, okay? So, because obviously from what we can see, it is some of it has been forced and some of it has been coerced. But if those out there had have known, I'm pretty sure, God bless all of their dear souls, they would never have taken an experimental. Does everybody follow me, my little lovelies? So anyway, so I'm sorry for boring you all, my delicious little babies. It's just that something, you know, other things just came into my mind, okay? But it's just things that I just wanted to say, okay? So on that note, okay, I hope that you all have, and thank you once again for even taking the time to listen to me again. I'm just hoping that I have not bored you and that you will take bits and pieces out of what I have said today, okay? So I'm not sure how long my video is going to stay up, or whether it goes on 1 second, or whatever anybody decides to do. But this is common knowledge. So this is what I do not understand here. Do you know what I mean? Call me thick and brain dead. I do not believe I am. So everybody's talking about it all over the flipping internet. Do you see what I mean? There they are. And all different sites as well. So I cannot see how they would, you know, stop my video from playing. Do you understand what I mean? I'm just pointing things out. Anyway, so on that note, my delicious little babies, okay, thank you so much for listening. Have a beautiful morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world, okay, and much love and God bless. And you just take care, okay? Until my next videos, okay, because I'm going to do my quick reads, but I'm going to have a slight delay because I've just got to get back to my dear friend, okay? So on that note, lots of love, take care, God bless, thank you, bye-bye.